As a resident of one of Idaho's 44 counties, you are paying your local government to work for you every minute of every day. That is what helps make Idaho a wonderful place to live and work. Local government's job is to make sure everyone in this community feels safe and secure, and that is why we provide essential services for you and your family, like emergency services, public schools, local roads, and parks. Please remember, all the property tax dollars are spent locally, and because these are local taxes, there is local accountability. Taxpayers have access to both those that administer the taxes as well as those who spend the taxes. Our responsibility has increased significantly because of a population increase and demand for improved services. This means more public services, which cost your local government more money. We depend on property taxes to provide these important services. When you pay your fair share in property taxes, public services you rely on operate efficiently and enhance your family's quality of life. Property taxes are determined, collected, and distributed through a series of processes. The first step is valuation. The valuation process is conducted by the assessor's office. Idaho law requires the assessor to value property at 100% of market value each year, not just when a property sells. Fair market value requires an open market, no undue pressure on the part of the buyer or the seller, exposure to the market for a reasonable period of time, and a knowledgeable buyer and seller. It is the goal of the assessor's office to establish equity and fairness for all taxpayers. To promote uniform assessment, the assessor must conduct a continuing valuation program. Each property is inspected in the field at the time of construction and once every 5 years as part of reappraisal. During reappraisal, the appraiser will visit each property and conduct an exterior inspection. Data is collected and analyzed regarding changes to the property, changes to the neighborhood, sales of vacant land, and sales of improved properties. A land value is determined from the marketplace based on sales. The actual replacement cost of any improvements, adjusted for depreciation, is added to arrive at a final estimate of value. This represents fair market value as of January 1st and becomes the assessed value for the purposes of taxation. Parcels not inspected and reappraised in any year must also be assessed at market value. This is achieved through market studies and applied trends. Quality control tools such as ratio studies and GIS analysis compare sales price and assessed value to ensure equitable assessments. Adjustments to the assessed value will undoubtedly mean changes in the tax owed by most residents. As time goes by, property values change as a result of market conditions, location, upkeep, and physical changes. Some values change more rapidly than others. Ongoing valuation is the only way all property owners can be taxed fairly. Idaho law does provide tax relief to some property owners. The homeowner's exemption is available to resident homeowners on their primary residence. Property owners who are 65 or older, disabled, or widowed may qualify for the circuit breaker exemption based on income. Agricultural and timberland exemptions are available to those property owners meeting qualifying guidelines. Assessment notices are provided to property owners once a year. If you have factual information showing your property was assessed incorrectly, you should contact your assessor's office to discuss it. If you are still not satisfied with their determinations, you have the right to appeal to the Board of Equalization. Instructions for this process are printed on the back of the assessment notice. Most appeals must be filed before the 4th Monday in June. The Board of Equalization may adjust the assessed value based on evidence presented at a formal hearing. At the close of the Board of Equalization, all assessed values are final. The second step in the property tax process is the setting of budgets. Budgets for individual taxing districts, such as schools, roads, city governments, and county governments, are set through public hearings. Taxpayers who attend these hearings have the ability to become actively involved in how their tax dollars are spent. By law, budgets may increase only 3% each year, plus new growth component. For your convenience, the meeting dates and phone numbers for each taxing district are published at the bottom of the assessment notice. Step 3 of the process is the determination of levy rates. It is the job of the Board of County Commissioners to set levy rates in the fall. Each district budget, approved through public hearing process, is divided by the total assessed value for the district, determined by the assessor. The result is the levy for each district. The total levy is the combined levies of the individual taxing districts that serve your property. The final steps, billing, collection, and distribution, take place in the Treasurer's office. All of the processes that have occurred to this point culminate in your individual tax bill. The taxable value of your property is multiplied by the total levy rate to determine your share of taxes. The tax bill you receive in late November is based on the assessed value for that year. The first half of the year's taxes are due on December 20th of that year, and the second half are due the following June 20th. These payments are collected by the Treasurer's office. Once these monies are collected, they are turned over to the county auditor for distribution to the taxing districts each month. So where do your tax dollars go? Almost half is spent on public schools. 30% is spent on law enforcement and city services, and 20% is spent on jails, courts, and emergency services. The remaining 7% is spent on roadways within our community.
In the final analysis, money raised through property tax funds basic services which have a very important effect upon our community. Most notably, it helps educate and provide a bright future for our most valuable asset, our children. Taxation also assists the homeowner and the community by providing law enforcement protection and provides basic services to take care of you and your family. Help us help you. Local governments exist to serve all its citizens in a cost-effective manner so that everyone may enjoy economic well-being and a protected quality of life.
For more information or answers to any questions you may have, please contact your local authorities. Questions on the value of your property should be directed to the assessor's office. For budget and spending information, contact your local taxing district. For appeal information, call your county commissioners, and any questions regarding tax billing or collection, contact your treasurer's office.